Fiona. Reverend Fathers, ladies and gentlemen, elected representatives, first of all I want to thank you all for joining us here tonight. To be honest, Fiona, Peter and I were expecting maybe 40 people, so thank you very much for coming out in such numbers and joining myself, my family and the cast and crew of the night at Joe Dolan's Cardiff for the launch of the script. I want to thank Fiona and all the staff here at Bailieborough Library for hosting the event. As someone who tries to write plays, I suppose the first dream is to get it put on stage. The second one is that someone might actually turn up. And the third one is that someday it might be published. I have been extremely lucky that all three has happened to me with this play. Luck is one thing, but there are an awful lot of people who made all this possible, and I want to take a couple of minutes to thank them. Firstly, my wonderful, talented and loyal cast of Liz O'Hanlon, Liam Daly, Jerry Shannon, Fiona McGarvey, Fergal Donnelly, Trina McCann, Dara Smith, Eddie Brady, Phil Gilbride, Conor Sheridan, John O'Grady and Cyril Keegan, and other keyboard players who have come and gone. We couldn't seem to hold on to them. Peter Sheridan, Desi Ronan, Cormac McCann, Manus Halligan and Alan Darcy. A play starts a life as a script, just words on a piece of paper until the actor gives those words a voice. It becomes living, breathing, a moving feast, and each and every one of this cast contributed to the finished script that is published here tonight. In the early days, this was an ongoing collaboration, and indeed continues to be. It is great to work on any play that is a success with any cast, but to do it with your friends makes it extremely special. We have travelled the length and breadth of the country doing this show together, flying the Cavan and Bailieborough flags, having the most wonderful crack. And as a group we've been through births, deaths and marriages, and this group have helped me and each other through both happy and sad times. This gang have become much more than a cast to me. Not wanting to single out people, but I have to say this play would not have seen the success it has without the talent of the brilliant John O'Grady. If you are naive enough to put Joe Dolan's name on a title and put the character in the play, you better be sure that whoever's playing him lives up to expectations. John O'Grady does so in spades every single night. When I started to write this play nearly 10 years ago, I had only two people in mind for two characters, and that was Liz O'Hanlon and Conor Sheridan. Two of my closest friends, and my instincts proved right, as they have brought the characters of Angela and the horse to iconic status. My other great source of pride is to use the talents of my other great partner in crime, Cyril Keegan, who for many years was loyally by my side in every pub in the country as I diligently did research for this play. To see him use his talents that very few knew he had as a master keyboard player is something that brightens my heart on stage every single night. And to the rest of the cast, too many yet to go through individually tonight, thank you so much for your continued talent, professionalism, loyalty, wit, joy and crack. I am forever in your debt. To all the backstage gang, Cormac Carroll Lights and Sound, Paddy Farley, Fergal Donnelly, Helen Foy, Raven Gilson and Louise Arnold, RIP, who was our first stage manager, and of course our production manager, the legend that is Mickey McGurk, who minds this baby as if he wrote it himself. So a huge thank you to all of you. And my producers, Don Rashid of Verdon Productions, who came to see the play very early on in Mullingar and had the belief in it to suggest and convince me that it was deserving of a Dublin run. Nearly 9 years on and numerous other projects done, we continue to work together. Donald, thanks for the opportunity, the advice, your no bullshit approach and your wisdom. And of course, to Mary Hanley, the woman behind it all, the woman who pushed me, believed in me, wouldn't take no for an answer, took this play by the scruff of the neck and got it out there. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Mary. Without you, there'd be no Joe show. To my wonderful family, my beautiful and patient wife Lisa, for your support over the years, your patience with the time I spend away, and most of all your love. Without that, none of this would matter anyway. To my kids, Amy, Connor, who by the way took the author photograph for the book, Rory and Emer, you are the lights of my life, my inspiration. I love you. To Liam, my brother and his wife Claire, thank you both for all your help and support. And to Lisa's parents, Peavy and Marie, thank you for everything, freeing both me and Lisa up, and for all you do for the both of us. I have dedicated this book to two amazing people. My late mother Anne, who I know will be very proud tonight, although some of the language didn't go down too well the first night she saw it. And of course, my father Pat, who told me a story. And that story was the germ, the idea, the nugget of gold that intrigued me, festered and grew in me to become the central idea for this play. When I was young, my father was an avid reader. Every time he was in Dublin, he came home with bags of books. John B. Keane, John McGahern, Brendan Behan, Eugene McCabe. So after Enid Blyton, these were waiting for me. These were my theatrical education. The reason I do what I do today is because of what you gave me. Because what you cannot see, you cannot do. So for the stories, the books, your advice, but most of all, your love and wisdom, Daddy, I'm truly grateful. As I said, as a writer, one of the dreams is to get published. I love books. Lisa would probably say to the point of obsession. The house is full of them. I love the feel of them, the smell of them, the possibilities that lie inside, where they can bring us and how they can affect us. They are sacred things. The amazing possibilities of 26 letters put together in different permutations to give us stories of tragedy, love and comedy. So it is a really huge honour to have a book of my own published. It is something I make no apologies for being very proud of. But the icing on the cake is that it is published by Gallery Press. Gallery Press scripts adorn my shelves with the great writers like Tom Murphy, Brian Friel, Maureen Carr, Tom McIntyre, Dermot Healy. They have been in my bag, my coats, my trousers pockets going into rehearsal rooms for the last 25 years. I want to sincerely thank Peter Fallon for publishing The Night Joe Dolan's Car Broke Down. It is truly an honour to be in your catalogue, and an endorsement from a literary figure like yourself means a great deal to me. Thank you, Peter, and all your dedicated staff at the Gallery Press. It has been a joy working with you for the past 6 months. Finally, you'll be glad to hear, I want to thank you, the people of Bailieborough, for your support in what I do, coming out tonight, coming to the shows. I am so proud to launch this play, which in my mind is very much a Bailieborough play, tonight in my hometown with my own people. Thank you. Who played the original Barney in the production and for the first 4 or 5 years, and Conor Shorten will now read a small extract from the final scene of the play, and following that I'll be signing copies, and afterwards I hope you will join us in the square bar across the road. one could argue one of the establishments that were an inspiration for this play, where Nixie has very generously putting on some finger food, or maybe not now, he's seen the crowd. But that's what he has promised me. Thank you all very much for coming, and I hand you over to